Hello guys, welcome back to another retro movie review, and of course we are starting a new series today, and this is A Quiet Place. Yes, I am starting A Quiet Place, and of course I will be watching A Quiet Place Part 2 in the next day or so. And then of course we got the new release, A Quiet Place Day 1. Very interested, and I love the fact that it's called Day 1 now, because this movie starts on day something 472. First time watch, I've never seen A Quiet Place before. I thoroughly did enjoy it though. It was a very enjoyable movie that I thought had a lot of different levels to it. Directed and starring John Krasinski, of course, as well as Emily Blunt. And then the whole point of the story is basically there's this family that are, you know, trying to survive. They cannot make noise, because if they make any slight bit of noise, then these monstery alien things, which we haven't really got to, they're mysterious creatures, I guess is what they are. They basically will come and whatever they hear. So I'm not sure, I think they must be blind, because there's a few times in the movie where they come face to face with them, but these creatures just rely on their sound. So if they hear something, they go to it and then they kill it. So John Krasinski is, you know, he's playing Lee, which we don't actually get the names of these characters really, because they don't actually speak throughout the film. At one point I thought my speakers weren't working. I had to make sure at the beginning that it was working, because yeah, it was one of those. You've got to be quiet in the film, obviously. That's the whole point. If you make any noise, you get killed by these creatures, as I say. And yeah, I will say it's not really a horror. I wouldn't put it as a horror. It definitely wasn't scary. There's no like blood, gore, guts and all that, which makes sense why it's a 15. And I guess on the back it does say sustained threat, which yeah, it's more of a thriller aspect. It's more of a, you know, build up of moments and will they get killed, won't they get killed, you know, will they hear them, will they not. I really like the concept of Emily Blunt's character, who is Evelyn, and I love the concept that she was basically pregnant and she was due any moment to give birth to this baby. Now obviously when you give birth you scream, you literally scream the house down, I'm sure. So the fact that she's going through labour when these monsters are around, obviously, how are they going to combat that was my thought throughout the whole thing. And even when the baby's born, like, babies cry, you can't shut a baby up, can you, you know? So how do you get around that kind of thing? So there was some really interesting moments in terms of how they fixed that and solved that moment. But it's a survival film, basically. It's all about surviving, and as it says in the back, if they hear you, they hunt you. Very interesting start, but also a very weird start to the movie in terms of, you know, shocking. Like, blew me away. Did not expect it at all. And in time it kind of all made sense as we went through it. I think enjoyment level, I probably enjoyed it more than I thought the film was made. But that might come with, you know, with the second movie maybe getting a bigger budget and stuff like that. I felt like it was a bit short. It comes in at 90 minutes long, so I felt like it was a bit short. Don't get me wrong, it was quite pleasing to see. It was only an hour and a half the time I had to watch it last night. But at the same time, I kind of, when I got the end of it, I was a bit like, we need something else. But it makes sense. I'm assuming the next one's going to be a bit longer, going to offer a bit more. But I think, you know, maybe for me to be a bit better, it maybe needed to be a bit more scary. It needed to offer that scare factor, maybe for me, as well as be a bit longer and have a bit more depth there. There's obviously not many characters in the film. You basically just get the family and the creatures. There's a few like strangers around, which this old man with a beard comes up. So there's not many characters in this one, which I know in the second one there is, and it makes sense how, you know, as how the first one ended, you know, what's going to happen next. Very interesting. I hope the next one picks up immediately after this one, which I think it more or less will, because all of the cover art, the baby is still a baby, and yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching A Quiet Place, but I think there could have been a lot more better moments in there, in my opinion. But rating the movie, what did I give it on my Letterboxd score? Well, I gave it a 3.5 star. Enjoyment level, I probably would put it as more of a 4.5, 4, but I think, you know, 3.5 for me. You know, the film I think could have been a bit better in terms of offering a little bit more, a few more scenes, maybe 15-20 minutes more content and whatnot, but I think it definitely did offer a lot of good things. Great start to a franchise in my opinion. Really excited now to watch the new one in cinemas, especially the fact that I think I saw it had a 91% Rotten Tomatoes score, so really excited to get into that one, and obviously day one being, you know, what happened at the beginning, which I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. But of course, there it is. Stay tuned. Of course, I will be watching A Quiet Place Part 2 tonight, and then I'll be uploading that review shortly. But yeah, thanks for watching guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.